Scene part one. You know I grew up in Brooklyn. My father was the old-fashioned, really strict Italian type. Off the boat, you know? Started with nothing. He was a lowly baker. He owned one of the first Dunkin' Donuts stores back in 1958. And he built a chain of them. And he was well respected. So I went to work for my father at an early age. And I remember getting up really early in the morning, going to work and opening the stores, being on the grind. And I always said to myself, one day I'm going to be a millionaire. I don't care what it is. I see my father's lifestyle, you know. He had boats, you know, boats that you could sleep 8 or 10 people on and go on vacation. And when I was 17, well, first he bought me a dirt bike, and then I was upset that he sold it on me. And before I even had my first car, I had my first speedboat. It's called an 18-foot Checkmate, and it was wild. Anyway, so I worked for my dad, and no matter what I did, nothing was ever good enough. And eventually, I ran the stores. I started from the bottom up, cleaning, doing whatever it took. And I didn't know secretly I was always trying to impress him. And later in life, this would be my advantage and my curse. Because you see, no matter how good I am, no matter how good I am with what I do even today, no matter how successful I am, it's never good enough. I work like I'm broke. I could make 6 figures a month and be paranoid that I won't be able to make any money next month. So I work 3 times as hard as the average person. And I know what it's like to be broke. And the thing is, you gotta find your way. I did so many things. I was like, I wasn't dealing with my father's bullshit no more. But you know what? Let me tell you, everything in life has experience. I learned how to manage people. I learned how to do a better than expected job. I learned how to run a daily business. I learned how to make sure the place was clean and things looked right. The people who worked for us did their job. And well, that one store turned into a bunch of stores. And even the people from corporate wanted to know how I increased the sales so much they never seen anything like it. But meanwhile, to my father, it was never good enough. It was never good enough. No matter how much I tried, it was never good enough. You know, I left school to go and run his company and blow it through the ceiling. I had an older brother who my father gave half of everything, and he wasn't the entrepreneurial type. He was a lazy dick. And I was mad because I got nothing. I had nothing. Never handed out anything. And then one day, created something on my own. A way to make donuts that look and tasted exactly like Dunkin' Donuts, but with a fraction of the fat and calories. Actually had a patent on it. Started selling them mail order. Frozen. It cost about $96 for a box of 18. I had to have specialized coolers, and they had to be handmade and frozen just right. These weren't bacon, they weren't deep fried. I had special ovens to do this, and it took off. You know how I built it? The grind. The grind. I found every magazine, every newspaper, every website. I got their email address. And I said I created the world's ultra low-fat gourmet donuts. I said, I want to send you something. I was on the CBS morning show. I was on Fox News. Those clips still exist. I was on Bloomberg. I was on Donnie Deutsch, The Big Idea. I created something that never existed before. Money comes from one place. It comes from ideas. This is my life before crypto. Okay, before my first Lamborghini. This was my first shot. See, my father sold the stores, and that was all I knew. But little did I know, I gained so much knowledge that I was able to create what became my own franchise. And let me tell you, you're going to go open a donut shop or a coffee shop. If you buy a franchise, well, you're buying yourself a job, and most businesses fail. You have to pick the right location. You see that place across the street? That's an easy $250,000 a month rent. My rent was a tiny place. I went from mail order success to actually opening a retail store, and I had investors. And it was the greatest idea ahead of its time. You know how today none of us use cash, right? None of us use cash. We don't even want to touch it. It's disgusting. With all the things going around, everything else, and credit cards and everything are more convenient. Our biggest problem in Dunkin' Donuts, no matter how many cameras we had or whatever, was that back in the day it was a cash business. And it was mostly cash. And people would steal. Okay? We'd catch them stealing. So you know what I did? Not only did I create a way to make, and in the back of my Dunkin' Donuts stores, if I would have got caught by corporate, my father, all of us, we would have been disenfranchised. But I was creating like a mad scientist, these unbelievable donuts that I had lab tested. The average donut has about 26 grams of fat. These had 3. They weren't made with any chemicals or anything. It was the same fucking ingredients. But back then, we had to charge like $3 a donut. Okay? Back then, that was expensive. Now it's common. And you know what I created? Cashless environment. Okay? No cash. This was 10 years ago. Okay? Cashless, the world's first cashless environment for a more sanitary and fast experience. That's how ahead of the game I was. I will now share with you experience what I created. Remember, I created the name. I created the menus. I created the layout of the store, the design. This was the first one that was going to be a franchise. Part 3 is going to be amazing. Let's see if I can find this. I even handpicked the girls that would work for me. And you know what I did? Places just opened, and they opened a sign that said grand opening. To get into my store on the first day, you had to win a ticket. Don't forget, I had 150,000 Facebook fans. I was selling on the internet. I was on Rachel Ray. I was all over TV, and I was in every blog. That's how you do it. It cost me nothing but grind. Because I was smart enough and learned how to do this. All right? From working from an email list. Okay? I built this company. And then I created a retail store. So it was hundreds of thousands of dollars. And investors. I'm going to show it to you now.
There's perfect.
You ready to see what I created? I'm going to show you what I created. Yes, it's true. I named it Holy Donuts because taste it when I said, holy shit, these are really good. Let's see if we can play this. Check this out.
Thousands
my
of
grand
New Yorkers
opening.
line up
Look at
outside
that.
our store for the first taste of
Hold
Holy Donut.
up. You see that shit? People lined up around the block to pay $18 for 6 donuts back in the day, and this was long ago. This was before my crypto days. I created all of this, the bags, the name, the design, the decor. Nothing like you ever seen before. Somebody told me I should bring it back again. But let's go ahead and rock on and continue. Where's the play button? Ready? There.
This is a concept that will blow your mind. Wait till you see what we're about to share with you.
Holy Donuts!
There's perfect.
These are really good.
Holy Donuts, great tasting, low calorie, guilt-free.
We love Holy Donuts.
Revolutionary concept in the donut industry to come along in years.
Look
Our
at that.
donuts
You
are
make
not
them
only
right in front of
low-fat,
you.
guilt-free, and delicious,
Fucking
but we have an
epic.
insanely popular following. We have over 158,000 Facebook fans nationwide. We've sold our donuts online for the past 10 years, and now we've created a revolutionary...
I built the social media first, sold them online, made them hard to get, created demand, created the uniforms, hand select everybody who worked there. I had to teach them how to do this. I had it set up like a Subway. Imagine that. Instead of buying old crusty ass donuts off the shelf, they're frosted and filled right before your eyes. People were going nuts. Practically warm. Look at the shopping bags I created. The boxes and design and the whole place. Shit costs a fortune. Back to our show. Showing you what I did before crypto, right?
new retail concept. A concept that involves nothing on display, nothing to throw away.
Nothing on display, nothing to throw away. I was green. Before people knew what it meant to be green.
Practically zero food cost and waste. Our donuts are each made to order, frosted and filled in front of the customer to their awe and amazement. It's a win-win for the business owner and for the customer. The business owner has zero waste, no food cost, and the customer has an incredible fresh-made donut experience like no other.
Look at that shit.
Our donuts are so fresh, the frosting is literally still wet on
and they were like soft and amazing.
It's a concept like no other.
I had to design the store. I had to design the layout for throughput to get people in and out. How many of you would know how to do that? Okay? I had to know who to talk to in the health department, what permits were needed before the store could be open. Okay? It was an empty space when I found it. I had to build it out and then promote it. This is life experience. This is how I got to where I am today. And in part 3, I'll tell you my crypto story. Let's go ahead and finish this. You know how hard it was to teach these girls to make these donuts without messing them up, okay, and putting finger marks on them because they were so soft? You had no idea.
So delicious.
Look at that. I designed those boxes. That was another whole expense. It drove me nuts. You have no idea what it's like opening your own business and then trying to start a franchise on top of that.
Holy
Look at that.
Donuts, guilt-free and amazingly delicious.
The posters on the wall, guess who made them? Me.
Promised my wife I'd bring them home. I don't know what's going to happen.
Got me on the fucking news. Guess who did that? Me.
I love Holy Donuts.
Those benches cost me a fortune to get made. Everything, the lighting, things you don't think about. Yeah, dude.
Email us at info.
All that blood, sweat, and tears and money, okay? Before my father died, he never got to see that store, okay? Before my father died, I always asked him, Dad, why'd you never tell me I did good enough? He said, well, he wasn't sick or anything, but he said, if I told you, you wouldn't have tried so hard. And so to this day, I remain a constant overachiever, workaholic, maniac. Holy Donuts is no more. It was on TV. I made it big, but hey, most businesses, no matter how great, nowadays it would have probably did great. Okay, cashless environment, making the donuts in front of you, gourmet, bespoke. Anyway, but it's a horrible business. Okay, making sure people are just so stupid. No matter how good you teach them, I can't duplicate me. I need to be cloned. Okay, this was a great idea. I own the secret on how to make them. And guess what happened in the end? It went bankrupt. Okay? After like 10, 11 years online. I fucking lost everything. It was when I just got into crypto. And you know what? The trustees, not only did they bankrupt me, they fucking sued me. The investors who thought I was like Steve Jobs. Rachel Ray was one of my investors. Her attorneys, okay, were my investors. And everybody sued me. Okay? And I had to sell everything I had. All right? Not only did I lose my business, my baby that I worked on for 10 years. Talk about falling on your back and landing up and get up and all that stuff. Well, they wanted everything. Even my Lambo I just bought. They paid cash for. Okay, they wanted to make sure I had nothing left, and I had to start from scratch. And then crypto started to take off for me. And well, that's chapter 3, the life of the O. And then I'll tell you about the crypto mafia. There's like there used to be back in the day, the Bloods, the Crips. All right, the Bloods would bleed crypto because they were going to stupid shit. Me, I was king of the Crips because we made all the crypto. Everything we touched turned to gold. And when all that went bad and I lost everything, I started to learn War on the 1 minute chart. I perfected it. I made it better. And let me tell you, leverage trading saved my life. Tell me in the comments if you want more. This is very personal. I wish my father could see me now. I wish I could take him for a ride in one of the Lambos, you know. But life ain't always up and down. Well, yeah, it is always up and down. Money ain't everything, but it's everything when you don't fucking have it, I'll tell you that. And like Queen of the South said, it's much better to be rich. I gotta go. Stay frosty, bitches.